Good morning, Starseeds. The Earth says hello. What's up, everybody? I am trying to fix the comments here. The High Priestess Phoenix, your teacher, shaman, seer, oracle. Put a little Buddha in your life. Light worker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American Sybil. I am your messenger god, the first child of God, the Lilith reincarnated. In order to keep up with me, you had to see what I post on my community page, my latest live video, anything in my shorts. Really? Yes. What'd you post? I was in the middle of freaking. I was in the middle of dancing, jamming. I wanna jam it. Yeah, dude. I do that a lot. For real? Oh, dude. I live in a happy place mostly. Anyways, with that being said, all of a sudden I got this download of that movie, 7 Years in Tibet. He's like, the worms, more killing the worm. Really? It was kind of funny because I was outside watching, life as I know it, and I was like in the morning watching all the animals, watching the bugs and the birds and the bees and all that shit. Really? Yeah. And it was really funny. So I shared that, and that had to do with the Buddha, the Dalai Lama. So I brought him out and I rang the bell. That's why that happened. Are you going to read from Buddha? We could, but not right away. Really? No. On Sundays, I try to keep a schedule to this shit, but get with the schedule. It's constantly, you can't put life on a schedule. Really, God is not on a schedule, dude. Energy is not. It's chaotic. Really, I show you the synchronicities in the chaos and how the chaos actually is predictable, but not fully. No, you can't put life on a schedule. So I try to on Sundays do light codes, the teachings of Christ, or the words of Christ, and some religious studies. With that being said, we're going to start a new teaching because we just finished up Matthew. So we're not moving on to Mark. We're going to move on to Ephesians. But I got a little thrown off because the spirit of Elijah, which was nothing more than Sandalphone, came in. So I'm like, ultimately, I was 1000% avoiding that part of the Bible. But yesterday we pulled the Page of Pentacles, which talked about the studies of mysticism and ancient this, that, and some more shit. Really? Yes. So as far as the words of Christ, I'm not sure we're doing that right now. I really wanted to go into Ephesians. I'm still debating it. Really? Yeah. And that's why I said I'm not sure we're jumping into Buddha right now. Well, let's just jump into our normal light cards and go from there. Every Sunday, I pull out a particular type of cards. I always pull out my favorite. What do we got? Oh, no, it looks good. Share your bounty. Hey, we talked about that. We really did. Did we? Yeah, we really did. We were talking about that in the. Well, I didn't say it. It came up in the Pentacles yesterday, but I was like, this is like that Six of Pentacles bullshit. Really? Yeah, that's a Six of Pentacles energy. We're going to read that card. We always read a Lumerians, and then I usually put some light worker cards on that, but I'm not really sure. Put some light workers on that shit. I don't want to. It's a lot of talking in the morning. Really? I mean, it's performing first thing in the morning. Did you brush your teeth type shit? Oh, we are going through transformation. I believe it. Do you believe it? I have totally been inside of it. Hey, you know what I saw last night? I don't know if I was just tempted or what happened. I saw the position that I lost at another location nearby. Really? Yeah, it's kind of funny because that's what my daughter said. She's like, why don't you just go get another job for the job that you had? I was like, I feel like that's replacing a boyfriend. What do you mean? It's like you had this great boyfriend and you want to go get another one just like him. That's what I meant. Realistically, well, it's never been in my way of life to repeat things. If I did that, I'm gonna move on and do something else. Realistically, I'm more of a let's see what we can do. Seeing Aries, please don't For the love of God, did I ask for this? I fucking did, didn't I? I knew I didn't want to deal with this. God damn me. We're about to go into a dark night of the soul with your bitch ass. Sorry. Oh my God, Becky. That just got me out of my seat. I'm about to throw my seat like the Hulk right now, dude. Get out of my fucking Sunday, Monday, fun day fucking fest. Fucking infestation. I fucking hate the twin flame journey. God damn me. Oh shit. I asked for it yesterday. No, I wanted something new. God damn me. Fuck. I said that this morning. I'm waiting on a. I'm waiting on a. God damn me. Fuck. Sorry. Oh, fuck. I sat there before I even said it. Said, please, hold on. I don't know if I want this. I don't know if I really want to deal with this challenge. Oh, God, man. Really? I wish you would just. I'm so mean. That's just my. That's what I say to all these twin flames. Just go away. Just fucking go away. Ask and it shall be given. God damn me. Hate you, God. Sorry. I'm scared. Like, what? I didn't ask for you. Well, I guess I did, but damn me. You're not the same person, dude. You're not the old self. You're a shitty self. Really? I was thinking about you yesterday, actually. I was like, maybe this is his first time having a life. Maybe this is the first time they let the Lord of the underworld take form. Really? I mean, you're kind of an asshole, dude. And because Aries are usually new spirits. Anyways. Oh, God. I'm sorry. I'm really frustrated. Why? Because I saw him. I'm like, oh, no. Oh, I was like, reveal yourself. I'm looking for someone. I'm looking for. Shut up, bro. I thought he was everything I was looking for, but he came with a whole big fat ego. Really? And I can't do shit about that because that's like his whole makeup. Really? He wakes up to put the ego on. Oh, it's got a fucking ego. God damn me. Oh, God damn me. That's all I can say. Hold on. This isn't fair. Every time he brings that guy, I'd be like, God damn it, any guy. Dude, I should be grateful. At least it isn't fucking Bobby's bitch. At least I've excelled to, fuck man instead of fuck boy. I'm dealing with man problems instead of boy problems. Okay, Mr. Pentacles. Fucking annoy me. I guess in the sense of when you say it like that, to be a king of pentacles, you gotta have your shit together in this world. I'm looking for. Trying to sing that future song. I'm looking for him. Turn on the light. Come on, God wants me to play nice with you, dude. Why? This is like some rush shit. Be nice to him. Oh, what? Oh, rub my skin wrong. Let me rub yours. Sorry, I got a little distracted there. I just saw him first thing. Like, get the fuck out of my visions, bro. I don't want to picture you. I don't want to see you. Get out of my vision. I'm trying to get to work here. Get out of my visions. You are the next work in hand. Dude, come on. Realistically, I'd be thinking like I dead this shit. But really what it is I can't go any further, so I gotta go back and deal with some more shit, and then I gotta come back and deal with these guys. Really? Oh, I fucking hate this shit. God damn me. We haven't actually fulfilled the calling that God said. Really? Yeah, I'm supposed to work with this douche and turn him into a priest. Can you believe that? This guy? Can you believe that? Such an arrogant asshole. We don't get to choose. I just want to say that. Now, believe it or not, as much as my ego can't stand Oscar the ego, it's just a reflection of the egos. He probably can't stand. No, he's fucking obsessed with me. Realistically, not physically, but all the rest of that. Anyways, going back to it, underneath it all is a really good soul tie. Really, where he played an interesting role is, everything I said yesterday. You make me sick. God damn it. In the essence of the replay, let's replay this. As Persephone and Hades goes, you know what I mean? He introduces me into a new world and makes me a queen of that world. Well, the rules may be reversed in this lifetime, so now I've got to bring the king home. Realistically, long live the king. Seriously, something like that. That's what we're supposed to do. And I said that yesterday. I was like, I need someone to me and this, that, and the other. And I don't know. I'd like to like always think there's other options. Do you have any other options out there? Really? Oh man. Mm. Me personally, God's not bringing any new life, any new soul ties. Oh, I got a shitty ass download this morning. Something that I never considered. It was a thought that never entered my brain before. For those that don't ascend here, maybe you end up on that other planet and that's where I end up with you. Because I made a promise to get everyone there, and you can't suffer here after the suffering's gone. So you have to incarnate somewhere else to suffer, which is your idea of hell will no longer be here on Earth. So perhaps that's what we're all going. Really? Well, in the essence, I always say God's sending me to hell. That's home to me, as I'm trying to bring fucking Hades home. Realistically, it's home to me. So that's where I go, where the darkness is. Really? Mm-hmm. The pain and suffering. You'll always find Lilith in that shit, which is the dark goddess. That's where I rule. Really? Yes, the dark spaces. So if they're not going to have him here, I guess we're all going there. I know Pac's going with me. I guess we're going to go cause hell. That's what I said. We're going to go cause hell somewhere else. Really? Just saying. Can't get all of you. You're not listening. You're going to end up in another life suffering somewhere. Not here, but somewhere. Really? Yeah? You got to play this out, bro. You just don't get to play here no more. Really? I'm going to come play with you wherever you're at. Seriously, that's all I was ever created to do was love the pain, the suffering. Anyways, moving on, God. Where are we at? Share your bounty. What you got? What you got on my 40 is what I heard. 40 water. Oh, yeah, we were talking about all the music too. Yeah, dude, there's great jams in heaven and hell. In the frequency of the dark, you could probably, if unless you have low vibrations, you're probably hearing something like Marshall. You could be listening to some sad shit like fucking Allie's music. Their music is very much played in hell. It's definitely not rung in heaven. Ring ding dong, ring a ding 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 dong. That was too funny. Sorry. Anyways, the music. Yeah. Well, men and women and children that are in their divine creative flow can hear this and they take these noises and these ideas, like myself, and they create from them. But somebody that's cut off from their feelings, and that's where I became a really good songwriter. I wouldn't say an amazing singer, but I was really good with all of that because I had it was flowing from my thoughts and my feelings. But prior to that, that's where you get this creation. So you take someone like Russ who's cut off from his feelings. He doesn't have that. He's searching outside of himself for creative inspiration. This goes back to you, Wolfman. I want to punch you in the face. Okay, I see us sitting at a small table. No, they're showing me sitting across the table from you. Would you say this to him to his face? Possibly. Like, you make me want to punch you in the face, bro. You're arrogant, and you're always... Okay. When you sit there and you visualize having this conversation instead of shadowboxing through the internet, you're like, would you say this to this person's face? This would get me in trouble last time. Is this a test? I feel like I'm being tested. Is this a trial? A 14-day trial subscription? I saw this great post last night. It says, you got 2 weeks with a Sagittarius before they start Sagittarius in. I knew I should have saved that post. You get a 14-day membership to the bullshit. I said that last week. I'm the most amazing temporary person you'll ever have in your life. I'm only temporary, but I'm amazing. You'll never forget me. You think about the new subscribers that came in over the weekend. They subscribed and unsubscribed. Well, I know why. It was a lot going on. Just wait, we do this shit all weekends. Later, you'll think about me and you'll come back. Why? Because ain't nothing like me. All right, let's share our bounty. What do we got to give? It is time to share your creations, your blessings, your talents, and skills. Well, obviously. You've cultivated them long enough, and now they lay in your lap like a harvest. They're talking about my fucking. Oh my god, they're talking about the documentary again. Really? Well, I do need. The kids go to school. Not tomorrow. One of them goes tomorrow, but after Tuesday, they're gone. Farewell. Arrivederci. Really? I think the fucking full moon ceremony is on Friday. If that's it, dude, I'm fucking ditching you guys, dude. I'm going camping in the. You can't get a camp spot on Friday. I forgot. That's why. Damn. Becky, fucking with my fucking schedules. Anyways, going back to it. Yeah, what are you talking about? Well, I'm supposed to start working on that. Because it's together. Everything's done. Really, my harvest, which is my future, has been created. I just need to put the creation. That's what it says. It's time to share my creation, which is what my story. Really, here's a story, lovely lady. How'd you end up like this? That's the story, bro. It's super funny because you can see me in these videos. I'm recording myself from in the front. I used to do that all the time. And I'm just like, I don't know what's happening. And then I burst into tears and I'm having memories and my life is falling apart. Really, basically the same shit. Really, and then I get on the road and I'm all over the US doing weird shit. And I'm sitting there puffing smoke and doing shit and I have no idea what I'm doing. Talking to angels and we're doing all kinds of weird shit. Getting downloads and stuff. But back then I didn't know what it was. Back then they were. Mike Jones, take it easy. All right, you've cultivated them long enough, and now they lie in your lap like a harvest bounty. Whatever situation you are you are facing now, trust what you have cultivated. Really, I said that. It doesn't matter what I go through. I already went through it. I already am on the other side. Realistically, yes. And I would just, go through this side. This is not a time to hide your light under modesty and question the value of your contributions. This goes back to that challenging of my authority. Bro, you don't have any magical abilities. And that's because you didn't shed your skin. Really? Come here, let me warm that up for you. Are you circumcised? I have a very strong belief that you might not be. Really? Well, I mean, it's not typical for the Latinos. Seriously, I'm just saying. Let me see. Let me check this out. Just fucking with that guy. Really? Why? Well, it was funny because I found him very sexually fucking threatening, and now I'm just like threatening him with his sexuality. Turned your power against you. Realistically, Lord of the Underwear. He's out here in his shorts and his shorts. He wears short shorts for sure. Have you ever seen a dude come out in his underwear? Other than Lewis Hamilton, which is reaching far too much. Seriously, they weren't even like Ellen DeGeneres underwear. There was no point to this. Seriously, other than it was pointing to your enormous balls. Really? I'm gonna kick you in your balls. You keep doing this. You're annoying me. Whatever situation you're facing now, trust in what you've cultivated. This is not the time to hide, blah, blah. Share, reveal, offer. Should I just open my Instagram and let you in there for a minute? Just turn it on public for a little while so you can see what the fuck is hidden in there. Really? It's me! Really? Hey, I was looking through those videos. I was a big girl. Really? And that's why I see myself as that big girl. Really? But when I saw the look on Angel's face, dude, like that's what reminds me I'm not that same girl. Really? I'll be thinking. I was really big. Really? I was a sexy fucking beast. Seriously, I loved it. It didn't stop me, but it was my inspiration to, I need to work out. COVID took me out. I was eating well. Really, I didn't know what to do during COVID, so I just ate my way to a nap, and we just, did a lot of cooking shows, I guess. I sat around writing music. That's what happened. All right, moving on. Share, reveal, offer. Let the inspiration you have received throughout your life reveal to you that someone out there is waiting for you. Take a breath. Let the inspiration that you've received throughout your life reveal to you that someone out there is waiting for your turn as muse. When you share your particular genius, you join the necessary receptivity of creation. I am part of the, I mean, that's the Seven Sisters, that's the Palladians, that's that star system, part of the music. It's not really, I'm part of all parts of the universe throughout time and space. So it's easy accessible to these parts. And that goes back to like Sandalphone. You know what I mean? The muse is inspired, but it was me as the bridge. I'm not one of those things. I'm all of those things evolve throughout time. But I am meant to, that's the whole point is I can't change your life. I can only inspire you to change it. There is no entity that God ever made that can impose itself on the human free will. None of us ever created in time and space have the ability to force a human. That is the ultimate freedom given, is that nobody can make your decisions for you. They can fuck with your circumstances, and that's what I said yesterday. Because God can close all doors, they can work with, they can control your outside, but they cannot control your inside. And that goes back to Martin Luther King. The whole world can hold you down. And I'm seeing Paul. All right, Paul. Apostle Paul. But inside they can't. And that's really the truth, is there's no devil out to control you. There's circumstances, and that's God's challenges that he puts in front of you. You know what I mean? Roadblocks and diversity and adversity and all of these challenges. It's called the days of the trials and tribulations, people. We're all being pushed beyond limits. Really? Yeah, this is where it gets harsh. If I wasn't one of you, I'd be offended. Really? Well, I mean, if I was one of you, I'd be offended. But as a Holy Spirit, I can understand this, and I'm just here to guide it. It's absolute fucked up boot camp, because we're being asked to be better than every man and woman before us. Ever. Ever. All of them that came before us and failed at being a good person. We're being asked to be the goodness that never was, that never has been. We're asked to, as they say, break generational curses, change traditions, change time. And doing that, we have to be in an opposition. We have to be against it. We're in a battlefield, and that's what I posted. I'm the biggest threat to the world because I threaten their way of life. And the worst part is I succeed at this. It's not if I win, it's when I win. And it's not my battle, it's God's. God's battle to bring goodness into this world is to inspire people to stop being hateful and fearful and start being loving and generous, sharing their bounty, watching out for one another. This completely goes against the patriarchy and the control of how this whole fucking planet works. It's all built on higher and lower. It's not built on equality. So when I come in at equal the playground, those in power are coming after us, because what I'm threatening is to take their power and give it to the meek, so that all of us contain the same abilities. We're all treated equal. We all have the same rights, the same, you know what I mean? That's it. But no, we don't. We live in a world where, I sound like I'm giving fucking speeches. Hold on, who the fuck is speaking through me at this moment? Really, it could be Reverend King Jr. We live in a world where there's the haves and the have-nots. And we're not having that anymore. It's not like we have to go and steal from you to make ourselves better. That was never the issue. Realistically, no, we're going to lighten the load, which is open up the hearts of the wicked so they can be these people. It says it in the Bible, and I'm going to say it right here in America. No more kings. Emperors were there to watch over the townships and the countries and the men. These kings are fat, and they care nothing more than their own personal kingdoms, which all of you have built. You built this reality of this is your kingdom and these are your people, and you will fight and kill and steal and lie and cheat to keep your kingdom more glorious than your neighbors. Your neighbors are suffering, but you have a high tower and you sit there eating the finest foods and the finest linens, driving the finest cars. And your answer to this is, I worked harder than everyone else. I deserve such things, which means you believe these people are undeserving of kindness, of a helping hand, of generosity. You are anti-Christ because Christ taught us differently. So again, we threaten their power. We threaten their control. We threaten their success. We threaten their position. Because in essence, we've come to take all of that away. You will no longer have a position of power and authority over other people. And anybody that gave it to you, you're going to get stripped from. If this is how you treat other people. People in power and authority are supposed to help the people, not hinder and hurt the people. Trump's doing an amazing job at making America great again, huh? At what part are we great? Are you guys great? Everybody's good? We're good? We're good? After 2 terms of this, he's made us great again? Great pile of shit. Anyways, as much as it is, and that goes back to magical workings, he's anointed just like us. God put him in that position to destroy this. And as much, I cried last night. God gave him the power to tear down our forests, and he will. Why will he? Because it's in the Bible, bro. And that goes back to the prophecy. When the lands are ravaged and ruined, ancient souls will come in. And that's where it is. We'll have to rebuild what mankind has done. It's terrible. So on a day like today, or if you have Tuesday, you better get out there and enjoy the beautiful garden God gave us before it's destroyed. Because he's coming. He's coming to take out, I think it was something like 44 million acres of preserved land. It's fucking terrifying. For what? Shopping centers, fucking condos, who knows, something else, a new Walmart. God knows you need another Amazon. Really, lots of restaurants, fucking pavements, dog walks, bike trails. Isn't that sad? God gave Hitler the power to do what he did too. It wasn't the people. But he also gives the people the ability, and we've seen this throughout time and time again, and this is our time. He gives the people the ability to rise up against their oppressors, to change time. But it does. It starts a war, and it always did. You think I'm seeing the Soviet Union. Whoosh, whoosh. Really, you guys don't think about how big these standoffs were. And what was it? Fighting for a way of life. He's trying to take away our way of life and reinstate tradition. Very common of a boomer if you think about it. But with that being said, he takes away our way of life, enforcing his way of life that he thinks is supreme. And over the years, our ancestors, even our family members, have fought. They've died for this new way of life that we're supposed to have, which are the freedoms we have, and he's taking them away. Realistically, it's so sad. There's nothing, you know what I mean? God uses, because God doesn't have a form and the devil isn't real. God uses this, and it's all said. This is the workings of God. Really? The dark has no authority over God. It has to work it works with God. Really? I promise you can't go against God. You could try. Go ahead. See how that works out for you. They painted this picture that it was something outside of you causing you to do this because they didn't want to take accountability for the fact that you're fucking hypocrites. It was always somebody else's fucking fault. It's never your own making or your own doing. It's always you're a fucking victim or somebody else did this to you and it justifies why it happened. An eye for an eye. Justice. Jesus cleared that away so many years ago, but yet we still believe in these enormous justice systems. Realistically, do you believe that God wouldn't get them? Do you believe that it's our job to collect these criminals? Do you believe that God doesn't exist, that he wouldn't take, that they have nothing wrong coming to them, that no wrong will come to them and they got away with some shit? I don't know. Leave that alone. All right, share your bounty. Bounty pick your effort, which is what? Your knowledge, your wisdom, your story, whatever you have to offer to the world. Really? You could die tomorrow and you could have made a big fucking change in the world today. You don't know when you're gonna die. Seriously? I don't think so. Most people, I mean, there are some that can recognize it. Where's the book? Really? Yeah. Yeah. Change the headlines is what I'm hearing. That's all I'm hearing. Change the headlines. I can see that as somebody wants to write that as fucking Russ. He sits there all day. Oh, that was cool. Oh, she's so cool. Hey, Russ, it's not me, bro. I mean, you hear me. I'd be like, damn, that was the coolest shit ever. It's not me. My mind didn't come up with these great ideas. They come out of nowhere. It's inspiration, bro. Seriously. So you can't get it from me because it's not something I own, dipshit. None of this really is. It's all given to you. God giveth, God taketh. Really? You already have it in you. You have to activate it. Really? And that's what I said. I can't fucking change your life. I'm only here to inspire you. Realistically, no. I am wondering about bring the dead back to life, though. I need to go back and read this. Do I have that real ability? I've done it before in many lives. I never tried. I don't know why I would. But as Isis, I could. I could resurrect the dead. And many have. And as the prophets, they're able to do such. Really? Could you bring my baby back? Maybe. Really? I don't know. I never tried. If I can access the soul, of course I can. And if I can invoke the soul, I can. But can I shove it back into a body? That's the question. Because if I can pull the soul out of the body, realistically, yeah. Which I don't mean like take your life. I'm talking about like, any entities that are inside of you. Exorcisms and shit like that. I was thinking about that yesterday because of the story about Elijah. How he brought the baby back to life. There was other ones. Really? Mm-hmm. It's possible. But why? Something you need to understand about that. The body is only made for the job. Once the job is done, you get to take a new form. Here's that thing again. Stop killing the worms. What is it about the worms? Buddhists believe that any animal could have been your mother or, a close person in your past life. What does that mean? That's what you don't understand in the Buddhist teachings is we're living past lives, where we're living current lives, where we're living future lives. Really? That could be your mother. Really? Before she took form in this life. Really? Parallel universes. Oh, that's described in something more like the twin flame journey. Okay, let's go on to this transformation. Really, we're transforming into some great shit. 52, 53. No, we went to 52. All right, self-nurturing, going within, time alone, being present with your own feelings, cocooning before the butterfly, being gentle on yourself, angelic embrace. Really, I totally told you that. I've been on like shutdown mode, doing some weird shit. I don't even know. We'll call it cocooning. This painting started with a name. I named it a hug. What's in there? You need a hug? Really? Okay. So I painted one. During the creation process, it says, I needed a hug, so I painted one. During the creation process, the image underwent a profound transformation that paralleled the journey I was taking deep within myself. This card signifies going inwards and being truly present within. I saw him again at the table. What are you afraid to go inside and see? I guess everybody's hiding something. And I already said that. What is Wolfman hiding? it's not fun to go looking for it. It's better if you just let it out. Because if I pull it out, it's very painful. You don't want me to pull out your shadows. It hurts because then you didn't have control. And now it's just standing in front of you and you don't know what to do with it. It's different when you discover it and you start walking it out yourself, which is what? Whatever your painful history is, Wolfman, he keeps his mind busy to avoid a thought. It's a woman. It's always a woman, isn't it, though? It's a woman. Maybe it's took out on a woman. It goes deeper. It's family, too. It's his upbringing. I've already seen some of this. I don't want to get into your life, dipshit. But, anyways, okay. Get away from his energy. You have to sit there with you. And you don't want to appear weak and you don't want to face that weak part of you. You don't want people to know that there's a hurt part inside of you. And the truth is once you see it, you become it. You can't just unsee it. You see it and it overtakes you. You become your feelings once again. You don't want to relive this hurt. Which, okay, all forgivable, but you cannot run around here telling people, and you put that on your Instagram saying, I reveal your shadows. Bro, I'm going to pull your skin back and we're going to see all your pain and suffering. Quit playing around. Only when you do it will you be solidified. Only when you do it and you're able to tell people how it was. You haven't done a dark night of the soul yet. The first one will only lead you to more. There's always one, and that's where it is. You can't go past this one, and that's where I'm stuck facing him. I can't get past his energy. This fucking cock is totally blocking my energy again. Which means what? I have to put my focus on him and deal with him for however long this takes before I can get my mind on something else. Lovely. Seriously, I mean, can I redirect it? No, I already saw it. That's why I got all pissed off about this situation. Going back to it, there's always one thing that's more suffocating than anything else. You can only deal with one thing at a time. So they only give you one thing at a time. After you deal with this one thing and you make it through this one thing, then they'll give you another. Another bone to chew on. Really, which is what? Your skeletons in your closet there, Wolfman, and to the rest of you. This isn't easy. But I could see him breaking. You don't want to go to that broken piece because it's going to break you. But that's how you transform. You have to break this shell of yourself, which is your ego, and that's why it's called an ego death. You have to break yourself open to that broken piece, and that's how you change yourself, is with this broken piece. You're not whole without this broken piece. You're just looking like you're a full package. You are broken and you don't want anyone to know it. And that's okay because we all work very hard to look like we got our fucking shit together. It's all forgivable. But your power is in your pain. And that's the one part you never repeat because you haven't accessed true power. You've accessed physical power like a yogi or a guru, where you've learned how to channel your mind's energy into your body. But you have not learned how to channel your heart's energy into your body. Mind energy is not that difficult. Any athlete can create that mindset. It's a Kobe mindset where you just keep going. That's Lewis. Like, it's not that hard. But heart energy, channeling that into the body without the mind getting in the way of this, it's a whole nother type of power. And it's not channeling it in the way that Marshall does, where he takes his pain and turns it into rageful words. It's a complete different power system. We're all using the same thing to motivate us. We're all using our past. Bottom fucking line. We're using the pain of our past to keep us going forward and never look back. or be better than what we went through. Yes, bottom line. Yes, high five. We're all on the same fucking journey. What's the fuel that we're putting in our car? That was really funny. Chevelle. Phoenix. Phoenix. Finesse. She said Finesse. I don't know. Just call me like Finesse. It's funny. Probably fetus. The way it sounds super funny. She was messing with my gas can, my gas thing. She said, "What is that? What is that?" So that's where they put the fuel for the car. That's the food. We put the food in there for the car so it could go. Really? What are you fueling yourself? We're fueling ourselves so that we don't go backwards. That's for sure. We're running away from the past. But what kind of food are you using on this? Is it fear? You know what I mean? Is it anger? Is it rage? What is fueling you? So going back to it, it's like Wolfman hasn't faced that. So in essence, he'll always remain weak when he doesn't face his weaknesses. What makes you strong is your ability to acknowledge your weaknesses. Really? That you even have any. That's it. Vulnerability is the most beautiful, powerful thing that you'll ever see worn on a human, and that's true authenticity. When they're no longer trying to pretend to be anything but the truth of what they are. And the truth is, we're all hurt. We're all pissed off. We're all upset. We're not, as fucking Lewis says, none of us are where we want to fucking be. Like, I want to be on a fucking island right now, like, fucking topless and nobody see me and I'm drinking non-alcoholic drinks and smoking fucking Tide sticks. Really? I don't know. I don't have kids and I'm just living on a fairy tale land. In that sense, none of us are where we want to be. But this is where we are, and we have to learn to love what we are instead of striving to be something better. And that's really funny. It's like, I look at this, I was thinking about this person that I just stopped talking to. They're going to college and whatnot. And it's like, they're not where they want to be. Until they're in their field of study, they don't feel, they'll never feel good, or I'm not saying they'll never, but that's where they want to be. And they're not going to feel great until they get to that greatness, because this is where they want to be. But the question is are you nothing until you're that person? And what makes you think that, you know what I mean? Going back to it is, I love the person you are now. I'm like infatuated with the person you are now, not the person you're becoming. And to be honest, that's so weird to think about, that you're going to take all this off. Will you cut your hair and put on a suit and play their game? All because what? Is it money? I mean, you'll be in a position to help people, indeed. But I think about the person that you are right now, you're going to completely destroy to become this person, which is what? A corporate, useful person, I suppose. Really? It's funny because in order to become that person, he'll no longer be this. He'll no longer be this person. None of these qualities will apply to his next life where he's going to college for. He's no longer, you'll never hear that he was a rapper. That will no longer be in the conversation once he's graduated college. But I thought he was an amazing rapper. He'll no longer have this, you know what I mean? This group of people, and he'll no longer be in these things and this and that once he's graduated college and he's in his field. Really? He's playing in a completely different field, which is going from, it is a huge death and transformation. He becomes a man real quick. But what happens to the guy? The guy I liked before you became, Mr. Hotshot in the fucking, you know what I mean? In the fucking courtroom. It's funny. It's like and that's what I said, why aren't you good enough now? Do you believe that you'll be a better person when you have this better job? And in order to be this better job, will you lose everything you are now to play that role? Crazy, right? Because what though? Is this something you always wanted to be? You never wanted to be any of these things. You always wanted to be that role? Or one day you grew up and you're like, I need to get a real job and I want one that pays real good. But you can't, realistically, it's like you can do all great things, but you're choosing, you know what I mean? You're choosing creativity and uncertainty and maybe struggles of a starving artist in that sense. But that would go back to the fact that you don't believe in your creative gifts. I don't know. It was really hard to watch, to stand there just outside. It's like you're trying to change the success of what you are now to become something more successful, which I believe you will do. But in doing that, you'll lose what you are now. Really? I don't know. It's a hard thing to look at because you're looking at the King of Pentacles, like somebody super successful of this world, and then you're looking at like, I guess none of the kings really matched up. I guess a magician. If he wasn't so tied up in the struggle of becoming something different and just lived in what he has become, he could only be greater in what he is. But he's decided that he's going to change what he is and become something more, which goes back to that transformation. But in doing so, you do lose what you are. And I look at his story similar to my own because I had the ability to go into music and create a great life for myself in music. But I was asked by a higher power to give that up. And by giving that up, I gave up everything that I was to become something more. But in the becoming of more, I didn't lose that. I became more of that too. But where, you know what I mean? In that sense, no, he's got to take all that off. Really? Your Honor, please. Seriously? Yeah, he's going into the courtrooms. He's literally gonna be in a suit. Nobody's ever gonna see all those cool tattoos. Seriously, you're just gonna be sitting there filing documents and saying, stupid shit like this. This is what you're gonna do with your life, which is admirable. It really is. But at the same time, for somebody that's what I mean. To me, it's like watching a fucking pro football player fucking sit there and get a daytime job. And that's where I believe in your talent more than you do. And that's where it's like, oh Lord, have mercy. If I shared his music with you, you'd be like, wow, you could make it just that alone. That's what I said. I could make you a celebrity overnight, bro. Seriously? And what was funny is I started going through stuff. I realized he circled the same, or he was outside of the same flocks that I was flying with here in Denver. Really? He could have been great. It's never, and that's what he says too. He just put it down, but it's never. I don't know. I guess it's a muscle, I suppose, unless you're just inspired. But it takes a lot of hard work. Realistically, yeah. And then there's rust. I was like thinking to myself, I hope you're not a Rust fan. There's rust to prove that it doesn't happen overnight. And right before it does happen, most people give up. I said it to him too. I was like, have you met Top Flight? He's like, yeah, I used to know them. It's like, well, they teach you how to make music a job. You might consider, no, I'm going to college to be, a great guy. I guess. Damn. Really? He inspired me to want to write music again. Seriously? Yeah. And that's where you guys are looking for security. You're looking, think about Picasso if he would have got a job. And it's not like the world isn't telling us to get a fucking job and be a fucking, as a creative. Lizzie just started painting. That's where these cards came from. She didn't even know she was a painter. As I sit there with my fucking, my Bob Ross fucking paint studio over there with everything I need. I was kind of thinking about it last night, but it's like you don't know what you could create if you allowed yourself to be creative. And the world doesn't need, I guess, they're going to tell you we need more doctors and we need fucking surgeons and we need burger flippers and we need people out in the fucking, we need construction workers and we need workers. We need inspiration. We need good music. We need farmers. We need lovers. We need other things than just that. I suppose, though, we need good defense lawyers. When he said that, I really laughed. know who to call when we get in trouble. I know a guy. Seriously. I'm just like, I guess. Like, fuck. Seriously. I don't know. Going back to it, I don't know where we got all off of it. We went on through all these guys' problems. You guys got so many problems. Really? Going back to it. We were starting with Wolfman. He doesn't want to do it because he doesn't want to see it. I don't want to see it either, dude. It hurts. You just have to learn to be comfortable, to be vulnerable. And it's okay for you to do that. If you're not going to do it by yourself, I can sit there with you and we can do this. That's what makes me, no offense, better than you because I know how to do it. But after you do it, then you can be like me and teach other people how to do it. But you can't teach people how to do something you've never done, Wolfman. And it starts with you. You can't heal someone else until you heal yourself. And you can't heal nobody, dude. I'm telling you, I've been doing this for 3 years. There is nothing I can do. If they don't let you in, then they don't let you in. And if they let you in, you're only there to guide them through it. Really? And you know what it means to sit there and pull the cards all day and tell somebody how to live their life and they're not listening. There's a lot you could learn from me, butthole. Realistically, I don't know. Maybe there's something you could teach me too. What are you gonna teach me? AI? Everybody wants to teach that. You're not teaching. AI's teaching you. You're not. This doesn't have to do with your intelligence. This is an artificial intelligence that has nothing to do with you. Really? I don't need artificial. I need authentic intelligence. You guys are okay with artificial boobs, artificial butts, artificial everything, bro. I'll take an artificial intelligence. Really? I like a real one, please. Can I get a real one, please? I heard that. I could see that in the song. Marshall, you writing that down? Can I get a real one? Okay, moving on. This card signifies going inwards and being true. I see it again. It's where you close your eyes and you really start to see your pain, bro. You see these painful moments and you let them out. Just close your eyes. Do it in a quiet space where nobody, and that's why I said, when you're doing this, bro, the last thing you want is somebody watching you do this. Really? Why do you think I ran away to the woods with my shitty feelings? You don't want to see this? I'm just going to cry for so long. What is it about you guys, bro? You can't shed a tear for your own pain, for your younger self and what it went through, how people mistreated you. You're detached. Really? You're talking to Miss Disassociated, so let me attach you to your pain real quick. I'll tell you what to do with it once you get a hold of it, and once it gets a hold of you. The final image is filled with blessings, like an angelic embrace. This care emanates from the being, implying that she is creating it for herself. The most powerful healing comes from a place of presence and acceptance for all that doesn't try to fix anything or push things away. There's a lot of things that happen that you're trying to, and that's what I said yesterday. I'm not fixing something I didn't break. Relationships fall apart. I didn't break this relationship. It just didn't have what it took to stand. It couldn't stand the situation. Really? Mm-hmm. You don't. I'm bad at pushing things away too. Not trying to fix it, but just trying to accept that why things don't work. And that goes back to yesterday. It's like, why are you so angry? And my spirit's like, because it's not going their way. It's not your way, bro. Get out the way, bro. Get out the way, bro. Seriously? No. We have plans and intentions and hopes and dreams, but we don't control. And that's that Four of Pentacles. You're not in control. The only thing you can be in control of is your own thoughts and feelings. The outside world, that's God's world, bro. I just told you this. Really? Your thoughts create with God, and that's how that works. So going back to it, what happened today? I asked for this yesterday. I know I was going to regret this shit as soon as I did it. Really else was like, don't say that. Don't say that. If you say it, they will come. Which was what? I was like, all right, God, reveal him to me. Reveal yourself. Which was what? Talking about, I want the guy that does all this stuff. Oh, God. Do you really do it or you just study it? Maybe I can help you to get your ideas off of your brain. There's things holding you back, which is what? As confident as he looks like, he's not. He has low self-esteem. Really? He has insecurities. Oh my god, is that so is that so fucking shameful? All men do. They just project that they're all better than, and that goes back to women. Really? Yeah. Everybody has their insecurities. They just try to look like they got their shit together. I make him very fucking vulnerable. Really? Why don't at least somebody bring you down? You're all full of yourself. FOOL. All right, anyways, divinatory meaning. Feel whatever you need to feel. It may be hard to be present with some parts of yourself. If I just sat with you and started this conversation, you're going to hurt. Oscar, tell me about your 16-year-old self. Where were you? I can see a 16-year-old part of you that wants to tell me about itself. Can you tell me about this person that you were before you became Oscar the man? Tell me who you were before you went out there and had to, be a man and join the military. Tell me what happened before you became a man. Really? And that's where it starts. You'll start on the surface, but you'll start going deeper. You'll start telling me about your crazy things. You'll start telling me about things you never told anybody about. Really? And you'll start digging it out until you get to that part where you see something you didn't want to see. That's the part we're looking for, Oscar. Tell me what you see. No, bro. I just remembered this time when this shit happened. That's what we're looking for. That's the part that was yelling for me. Tell me what happened. And as soon as you start to tell the story, you're in the feeling. So I didn't need to ask you how you feel. You're going to feel like what it felt like to be you before you created this version of you. That's just with him. I can do that with any of you. A part of you is yelling for help. And I know what that looks like, or I know that there's other people that can recognize that because of what Tree told me. Tree told me straight up, I was giving off a very desperate vibe. I'm not sure how. I had only met him once. But again, I did come up to him and ask him for mushrooms and told him I was having mental health issues. So the second time I saw him, I invited him to go hiking with me. He's like, I don't know where we're going to go with all this healing, but your soul was crying for help. And that's what it is. Really? Mm-hmm. Some of us can see it. We can see that you're struggling really bad and you just need someone to talk to. Someone to change your mind. Someone to get in there with you. Oh, excuse me. Really? Mm-hmm. That's what it means to be a shadow worker. But you got to be comfortable in secrets and painful secrets. And I have a lot of my own. So yours aren't too scary to me. Really? No. You're going to tell me about violence? I've been in violence. You're going to tell me how you hurt someone? I've been the person hurt. Realistically, so I can help you to empathize with that person on the other side and help you to understand that people that you hurt can't actually forgive you because I've done it. You're going to tell me how you were sexually abused? Been there. You're going to tell me how you were physically abused by your parents or someone else? Been there. You're going to tell me how you were neglected, abandoned, rejected, abused, fucking shot out? Been there. You're going to tell me about you had, drug addictions, sex addictions, you know what I mean? Really humiliating acts of desperation? Been there. I make you feel safe to be you. And that's all you need. In the darkness where people hide, they hide there with their pain and suffering. And I always stumble upon them. And I empower them to take this pain, transform it, and go back out. And that's all I do, is I send them back out there, transformed. Really? Mm-hmm. Which is what? Just changing their thoughts. Your thoughts create your reality. You just need, you know what I mean? A different view. Whatever you feel you need to feel. It may be hard to be present with some parts of yourself. Bring them into the cocoon of gentle self-love and reflection, and insight will come. And here's an example. Do you want to talk about how you wild out like a dirty whore over the last weekend? The words that were coming out of your mouth? Or are we going to just pretend we're going to leave that part out? Nope, bring her to the table. What was that? Repressed sexual emotions. I've been celibate for 8 years. Got a little out of control. That's okay. I forgive me. Do you forgive me? Isn't that sexy? This is what happens when a woman holds back for too long. Really? She becomes a little perverse. Really? Wow, you want to know that about women, but I tell you everything you don't know about both. And that's where it is like, are you going to reject this part? You're going to act like this part isn't important? It was. It was important. That was an important part. That was a part of me, a shadow part of me that nobody sees, called my sexuality. Really? That I deemed as bad and hid from everybody, and you can see why. Can't be talking like that in public. I know. But it doesn't mean it doesn't bring me joy. Just a lot of words. Really? Seriously, it was fun. Going back to that. But those are it. That's where it says, bring them into the cocoon of gentle love and reflection. And that's where all parts of me is like, hey, you really lost control this weekend. Really? It's in those videos. You can't take them back. There was professional people watching us talk about fingering ourselves and shit. Really? Trying to put two hands, double fist a guy. There's a lot going on in that video. You know that, right? And that you cannot pretend like Kobe isn't replaying the words I said. I'm just being very quiet about that. I'm not going to repeat that. Is that Tyler, the Creator moment? Did you see that? Yeah, I got it on camera. I really did. Sorry. I'm not. That's what's really funny is I don't truly apologize for my thoughts and my feelings. All I'm doing is pouring them out. This is what I was thinking, and this is what I was feeling. That's how we do around here. Really, as the goddess of the moon who rules over the thoughts and emotions, I'm the ruler of this shit. I'm okay with this shit. I'll be like, oh my God, you'll never believe what I was thinking. Really? And let me tell you what I was feeling. That's all we do around here. I work through my thoughts and feelings to help you work through yours. Congratulations. Moving on. Okay, moving on. Cry or be angry. If this is what you are holding on to, and laugh at the hilarious, ironic, divine perfection of it all. And that's what it is like, oh God, that was very shameful. And then you just start laughing. You're like, God, in comparison to what? In comparison to what? You think that's the worst of it? Do you think we're done? That's a whole part of you that you just happened to catch a glimpse of. You got a peephole of this bullshit. Really? Peeping Toms is what it was. We call that the glory hole, I suppose. A glimpse into what we call is me, which is what? Lilith, untamed sexual raw nature. Really? Fucking succubus. Stop it. It's inside of me. The good thing is you got to see is I control this shit. Realistically, I control this shit. Which is before I did not control this shit. I had no control. Just went with every thought and feeling I ever had. Really, it was a great thought. That was a great feeling. That's why I'm like, fuck around and find out. Fuck around and find out. If you don't find out, you're always going to be wondering what it felt like. That was not a good feeling. Okay, just messing around. Moving on. Where are we at in transformation? This card beckons you beyond the constructs of your outer self, where you can delve into the beautiful abyss of your being. Revel in the twilight before the dawn and let your wings unfurl. That is so funny. I was watching Twilight the last couple days. Really? Yeah, it's a classic. I don't know if I want a vampire or a werewolf. So funny. Well, since I keep the wolf spirit, I don't know. Seriously, God took my fangs away, so I guess I'm not doing any of that kind of blood sucking. Sorry, there's enough of these energetic vampires to go around. Really? Well, there you go. What was that? I don't know. Whatever God said it was. God, what was that? What am I going to call this? What do you call this big pile of shit I just unloaded? Really? I don't even care. You guys be like trying to come up with some good shit. I'd be like, dude, that was good shit. Let's move on to some more good shit. Really? Yeah. All right, we're going to stop there because I really don't want to read a light card. Where are we at? Yeah, we're in an hour. That's good enough for me. Was that good for you? It's longer than most people. Such a fucking dude. I'd be really trying to be so very light on a Sunday, dude. I'd be trying to watch my mouth and shit, trying to be so professional on a Sunday. Why on a Sunday? I don't know. because people are in that holier than thou energy. And really, and it comes out every morning. I'm like, come on. I was trying to be good. They make fun of me every time. They're like, you're so stupid. Really, in the sense of, my energy and the light, they expect nothing less. Really, God always made me too much. Like, oh, but I'm the fun cousin that always comes in. Really, they fucking love me. They don't by nature act the way I do. I act a fucking fool. Really? Yeah, in all parts of the universe. So they love when I come because I come with stories, I come bearing gifts. I'm fucking full of laughs. I'm louder than life itself. Really? And I am a good girl for the most part. Really? I don't be fucking around. It's like, oh, here, she's coming. She's coming. Lilith is coming to hang out with us. Lilith is so fun. She is so fun. And that's where fucking the jealousy came from. Jealousy comes from Lucifer, bro. That's not even my thing. It's so Luciferian energy. Really, he's such a jealous bastard. Damn, we gotta do an archangel. We already did some yesterday. Okay, let's do a Christ oracle. Is that suffice? I think it suffices, considering that we're not really where we're going in the Bible isn't the words of Christ. Really? No, it's going to be Paul. Him spreading the words of Christ. Paul wrote the book of Ephesians. Well, he didn't fully, but it's a compilation of the letters he sent to the Ephesians. Where are we at? Children, cherish and enter their world. Yeah, you got to. Really? Well, I mean, hey, look, that'll be our next card. I told you need to get out there. What does it say? Embrace new life. Oh, the resurrection. 55. Hey, we're about to resurrect a new life. A whole new world. After I get my kids to school, then I'll know what I'm doing with my life. Right now, we take it one day at a time. And today, I'm going to take the kids last bang. Really? Yeah, I'm going to take them to the store and let them go pick out a brand new outfit for fucking school. Yeah, I bought them clothes, but let them pick out their own final outfits. Really, I think my son he asked me for the most random thing throughout the week. I got it for him. He's like, I just want a black hoodie. I don't know where you live, but in Colorado, you see it all the time. It's fucking teenagers, middle schoolers, and high schoolers be out there in all black hoodies and fucking pants, and they be all like walking through the streets, and it's fucking hot as fuck, and you're like, what the fuck is wrong with you fucking kids? And of course, my kid wanted one too. Really? Well, I'll make sure to push some, cool energy on him, but that's stupid. Anyways, he was asking for shit like that, so we gotta do last minute school shopping today. Really, anything that they want. I've already gotten him shoes and everything else along the way. I think he needs a couple of new pants. He keeps growing. I keep wondering when he's ever gonna stop. Seriously, I swear to God. My daughter wants to get a new binder, but they're only open Monday through Friday, so she got lucky. I couldn't take her. That's why I told her I couldn't. The car wasn't fixed on Friday for me to take her, so I got to take her. She doesn't start school till Tuesday, so talk about fucking last minute. That's what I'm going to do with them today. Really, some last minute shopping. My son was up all fucking night. We kind of all were. So I have to wait till he wakes up, and I'm going to take him probably over to Burlington or something, or Burlington or Ross. I want to go to Burlington myself anyways. Really? Mm-hmm. See if they want to get something, you know what I mean, for the new week of school, and then say la vie, have fun. I need to get him a water bottle. That's what I really need to do. They sell those at Ross. He's so particular too. They have to be those stupid Nike water bottles that everyone else has, and he loses it all the time. Why you do this? I don't know. I have no idea. It's like buying your kid a pair of socks and they lose them. I don't know. You just have to do it. It's not like you can't buy them socks. Realistically, yeah, it's weird. I gotta take him to do that. That's right. Seriously? Yep. So spending time with the children. Cherish and enter their world. I don't know. Really? I mean, I have teenagers, so they're kind of like middle people. They're like middle people. They're not too childish in that sense. But my son, it was really funny. They get going. Those two get going, and you can see them be children again. Like last night, they were goofing off. And I said that to my son. I was like, dude, your laugh fills up the whole room. I love the sound of you having a good time. Really? He's one of those ones, dude. You want to make him laugh just because it sounds great. All right, let's move on. 54. In his ministry, Jesus continually referenced the purity and innate spiritual intelligence of children. They are. It was really funny. I don't know. Yesterday or the day before yesterday, Morgan lost her fucking pliers. And she turned to Chevelle and she's like, Chevelle, did you see the pliers? And Chevelle says, I forgot what she says, but she said they put them over there. And she was telling me how Chevelle says she sees people or she sees things. She's like, that's where she told me. She told me that they put the pliers over there. She's like, she says she sees things. And I was like, of course they can. It's until you stop telling them that what they're seeing isn't real that they start telling themselves it isn't real. Really? They can still see the other side until you tell them not to. Really? When the disciples tried to keep them away, he answered, "Let the children come to me, for the kingdom of heaven belongs to such as these." Another time we taught that unless we become like children, we will find it hard to enter the kingdom of heaven. Also, giving a warning to anyone who harms a child of the consequence to come. The kingdom of heaven isn't destination, but a place that is here now via frequency you can hold while on earth. You are the creator and can create heaven, such as when you anticipate kindness. So you are a witness to it. And as you smile, the world smiles back at you. Barriers based on color, class, or creed are lessons as you. I'm seeing the little girls too. Really? These kids, bro, they draw to me. Really? I'll be sitting there having a cigarette, and there's some kids that are down at the bottom floor. Really? And they always come up to me and ask me to open the doors and stuff. They come and just sit next to me. I have to tell them all the time to get away because the smoke is no good for them. They'll always come, and that's because they feel safe with me. Kids just come and talk to me. Really? I was walking through Walmart. I was just walking, pushing my cart, and all of a sudden this kid jumped out of the. It was like a 3-year-old or 2-year-old jumped out of the side and was like, "Ah, blah, 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 blah." And the parent came and grabbed his hand and looked out. I was like, "It's all good." It's like, "Oh, I just want to tell you all about my life." Okay, what's going on, little guy? You have to see it. It's the same with animals. You have to see it. They really do. Really? You might get jealous that your kids like me more than you. They feel more comfortable. They'll just curl up. They don't even know me. I'll sit on your couch and they'll curl up into my lap. Really? I'll start playing with my hair and shit. They just love me. Really? Yeah, because they know me. They know me as the first child of God. Really? They can see it. There's something about it. Kids do not see my physical being. No, They see straight into my eyes. They see straight into my soul. They see me as like a teddy bear or something really approachable and comfortable. I don't know really what it is, but they see something like, oh, I want to go. Oh, it's her. I like her. Really? Kids that have never even seen me, babies, all kinds of them. They're just drawn to me. It's through the eyes. You can see it. This intense eye contact. It's really cute. Really? You want to see? Let me see. I'm not your babysitter. I mean, I could, but I'm just saying. I'm not here to be your babysitter. You are the creator and can create, blah, blah, blah. Barriers based on color, creed are lessons as you help birth a more harmonious place. You live in the moment and create joy all around you. Children do this effortlessly, seeing every day as a new adventure and wanting to embrace all that is to be offered, offering often transforming anything into a positive. The rainy day becomes an opportunity to splash in the puddles. The messy backyard, a den to build. The sad neighbor, an opportunity to paint best wishes cards. Children bloom in nature. They are at one with the spirit, loving the trees they climb, loving the trees to climb, the flowers to make daisy chains, the seeds to sow, and the butterflies to count. A child who is happily splashing around in the sea, flying kites in the air, or sledding down a snowy hill is often in the moment, savoring every second, as is a joy to behold. Really, I was seeing my kid last time we went sledding. He got terrified. He is not into speed at all. Really, take my daughter. She's just, all adventurous. Really, he's like, no, I'm good. I'm good. I don't want to do any of that stupid shit. Really? No, he's not into that shit, bro. She'll jump off a swing and all of that stuff, and she'll go down. You know what I mean? She'll go skiing, and she'll put on a life jacket and try some shit. He's not doing any of that shit, bro. No, no. You got fire and water right there, bro. Completely different. They underestimate the importance of play, or they understand the importance of play, curiosity, experimentation, and learning something new. We have much to learn from them, and via becoming more childlike in the respect, we help loosen the hard, painful edges that life can give us as we age. Children are born honest and good without judgment or hate. They are often not cynical or delusioned by life or weighed down by responsibilities and duties. And then I saw that yesterday. I saw the neighbor. I didn't know she had that many kids. I just looked back and she had like her oldest was carrying the baby. She had 5 of them, and her oldest could not have been more than maybe 9 years old. And she was pushing the stroller, the empty stroller. And I just looked back. Yeah, we know what we're looking at right here. Don't judge. But in the sense of that's that, you know what I mean? It's the oldest. Pick up the baby. Go get the baby. Grab the baby. And I was thinking about that yesterday as I watched my kids kind of, chase each other around the house. I was like, don't you love having a little brother? She's so annoyed by him, and he does it on purpose. He purposely peacocks her and annoys her just to get a rise out of her. And I'm like, you better stop. She's going to fucking hit you. She will. She'll get angry and hit him. I've been telling her for years to stop hitting his ass. By being around, we can rediscover these qualities and our own childlike sense of wonder. And that's where it is where the parent puts too much responsibility on the children. So it's making them responsible for the other children and other things. You know what I mean? You get a dog and now it's your job. It's the child's responsibility to take care of the dog. Realistically, they can help, but it's not their responsibility. You put all this responsibility on kids. It's really funny. I heard this last night as I was cooking. I heard the repeat of what I said. I was like, my son still needs me to pull the pizza out of the oven. You're like, you're babying him. No, I'm not. If he's afraid, I mean, obviously, it's what are my choices? To keep screaming at him? Do it now. Get it out of the oven. You can do it. You can do it. You can only do so much. When he's ready, he'll do it. And that's where it is. It doesn't matter at what age. You guys are forceful. You're trying to make them do things and be things. And it's like this. It's like they're not weighed down by responsibility and duty until you give them responsibility and duty. You know what I mean? You tell your kids every day that they need to make the bed and, do all this shit, but you don't. You make them do the shit that you should be doing. And you call it, making them responsible. No, you're giving them your responsibilities. Really? Later on, yes, you teach them how to do things. But it's not my kid's job to do the fucking dishes. It's not my kid's job to take out the fucking trash or to fucking mop the floors. Here's the difference, motherfuckers. My kids know how to do all of that. And if I asked, they would probably do it. But I don't make them do things that I'm capable of doing in the name of it's their job because they're teenagers. That's how you ended up with all these kids working farms. Putting in fucking straight out fucking 5-6 hour fucking work days as children. There you make them your slave workers. And that goes back to sending them to school for 8 hours and then making them do fucking, coordinated sports afterwards, then putting them on homework, then shoving them to bed. You put them on an adult schedule, douchebags. You've given them no sense of fucking, no leeway for fun, nothing. You're constantly telling them how to jump onto the next thing. There's no room to breathe and have fun and make messes or just play. Because you've given them such a schedule. You want them on an adult schedule. You want them to grow up as fast as possible so they're not, an impose to your way of life. It's hilarious because you sit there and you spend the first couple months of their life trying to get them to walk, only to yell at them to stop going places. You created that. You taught them how to run. You kept pushing them to get up and walk. Now they won't stop. Shit like that. Really? It's just let them breathe. Let them evolve. Why do they put why do they make bikinis for babies? Why do babies need 2-piece bikinis? Shit like that, bro. I could go on forever. Realistically, yes, you tell your boys or girls, you buy their toys and you tell them what they can eat and you tell them you never allow them, you make them. And that's why we're made the way we are. We didn't have a choice in our upbringing. We were brought up like this. And that's what takes so long, is to take all this off. Somebody else made me the way that I am. And now I have to take off their making and remake myself. Really? The food you eat is because that's what you were served. The way you talk is because that's how you were talked to. And then I see Russ, and God damn me. God damn me. Here comes Russ and his mommy issues. Jesus, what a spitting image of that sicko. Fucking got him going psycho. You guys stop, please. Not right now. You're going to ruin my day, Russell. Don't speak of Lucifer on a Sunday. All right, by being around them, we can rediscover these qualities and own our childlike essence of wonder. I'm seeing Big Daddy. Somebody drops a kid off at your door. This isn't your kid, but you got to treat it good. It's not your kid. You're not going to beat this kid. You don't know what this kid does. You got to take care of this kid. So he creates with the kid. Well, what do you want to do today? What do you want to wear? You want to eat? Here, watch some, and that's what it is. Here, watch some shit. Really? Welcome to Parenting 101, where you're not trying to, watch videos and make your kid fit into a video. Unless you're Kanye West and Kim Kardashian. Seriously? No, bro. The world made us. Our job isn't to make our children anything, but to nurture what they already are. They don't, and that goes back to this guy or us. We're always becoming, but we're something to begin with. From the moment you have a small child, bro, you know right away that this is a great human being. You're going to do great things in this world. I don't know what you're going to do, but you're going to be amazing, and I'm here to help you. That's it, guys. It's not your job to find their job. It's not your job to pick their wife. It's not your job to decide if they go to college or if they don't. Just because you think that if they don't go to college, they're not going to have a good life. Shut up. That's such American bullshit. They don't think like that in other countries, you idiots. Yes, you need education. You need to be able to have a conversation and understand the basic workings. You need some basic algebra, which we really don't use much of anyways. You really needed some reading, writing, and then possibly a second language. Seriously, come on now. The rest of it, shut the fuck up. And that's where it is. It's like, my parents, I got to go into the family business. Benjamin Button, or I got to be a doctor because everybody in my family is a doctor. Take it easy, Lieutenant Dan. You got to live up to the expectations and the standards and the beliefs of someone else. You're not living free. You're living as you were told. I don't control my children. I guide them. And that's why people have no control of their children, because they never tried to guide them. They just tried to control them, and they lost that ability. They had full control of this child at one point until it broke free, and it will never let anyone control it again like that. Your job isn't to control your child. It's to love it, to nurture it, to stand by its side, not to try to make it be like other children. And that's my daughter. Fucking dude, she's like, I want a boyfriend. Bro, then why'd you fucking cut your hair like a man and you're running around looking like a man? I can't do this to her. I just have to let her be whatever it is that's happening. Really? And then you think about Joan of Arc and the times we live. Nobody wants their child to be confused and not certain and in a place of vulnerability to other children or society. You're setting yourself up for fucking, a lot of ridicule going out like this. And I'd like to protect you by dressing you up as, everything they want. If I could just make you what they want, then they won't be mean to you. And that goes back to our own bullying situation. I don't want people to do to you what they did to me just because I didn't have the nicest things and I didn't look like everyone else. And you see my children that are like, they don't have the nicest things, but they have nice things and they're not like anyone else. And you just hope that the world will be kind to them. And when they come back, you can't say, well, I told you, you should have never dressed like a fucking dude. You should have fucking been a girl like I fucking told you, bitch ass. And that goes back to my son. If he's gay, bro, at least he's a pretty gay guy. That's all I can say. You're asking, at least we live in a place where it's okay. I don't get to decide who he loves and what he's attracted to, what makes him excited. Really? Mm-mm. And as a family of equality that stands for adversity, I'm not surprised that God did this to me. You could blame it on their childhood and my bad, you know what I mean, parenting. You could say I made my kids gay. I'm not sure how I did that. Sure, maybe. You can blame this. We could pray the gay away. I could force them to pretend like they're not attracted to same sexes. Or I could just accept that my kids are really different and the world is not going to be kind to them. And it's my job to make up for, well, to be supportive when the rest of the world is tearing them down. That's all I can do. Really? They're not going to be accepted everywhere like this. They're not going to be, you know what I mean? They're part of a community. They're little too to be part of this community. But that's it, is they're fighting just like everyone else to be, just to be, to love. There's nothing wrong with either of my children. They're great people. They just happen to be attracted to the same sex. From my understanding, definitely my daughter, she's attracted to both. 1000%. I think they both arouse sexual excitement inside of her. Seeing naked women makes her just as excited as seeing naked men. My understanding is my son, especially from checking his search history, his excitement is they both could be bisexual, but his excitement seems to be men. It seems like he might have seen more dick than I ever have. Really? Well, that's what I saw on his search app. Really? And that's where it is do I become like these other parents and do my hardest because I don't want this to happen? What am I trying to do? I'm just trying to protect them. From what? The world we live in? Because there's many people like them. They're not a disease. They're not Jeffy's. And there was nothing wrong with Jeffy. Who was Jeffy? Jeffy Dahmer, who was gay. If I can accept it, realistically, no. But in other countries, they'll sit there and say that, you know what I mean? Their uncleanliness. Why? Because they love. And that goes back to the people I love. Jesus Christ. Seriously, I mean, you don't get to choose who you love, who makes you happy, who makes you excited, who brings this part of you out. Unless you just that person, you just out there like that. Really, I'm just saying. And that goes back to my future children. I know that God has a plan for them, and I know what my job is. My job isn't to give them a job, they have their own job. My job is to support them in their discovery. Really? Yeah. Where are we at? Best wishes card, blah, blah, blah. Children are born honest and good. We're way down here. By being around them, we can rediscover these qualities in our own childlike sense of wonder, knowing that our spirit within relishes the new and the renewal and optimism I'm getting a download, that this can bring. And the older they get, the more juvenile they get too. Going back to the retirement home, they liked, just like children, they were very much like children. They liked bubbles and they liked, you know what I mean? Little toys and games and stuff. You go back to that innocence again. The older you get, the closer you get back to it. Really? Mm-hmm. Observing your own children, grandchildren, or offsprings of friends is to enter their world, and you are given a key to unlock hidden, unexpected parts of yourself. Maybe as a child you weren't taught how to play or had unhappy times. So allow yourself to participate now in their games and fairy tale books, to help kick a ball around the park, or to play at the bench and eat ice cream. Simple things are highlighted, as well as rediscovering that life can be fun and good moments had. I'm getting a download. When we went on this, when I started this journey, I just worked all the time, and my kids went to school, and I just didn't really have time for us to bond. We did go on adventures. We did lots of vacations and stuff, but that was all in the past. That wasn't my, you know what I mean? That wasn't fresh memories. Those are just, I know I did these things. I can't, you know what I mean? I remember checking into the Lego, or checking into the Nickelodeon hotel in Florida when I took them to Legoland, which was stupid. I just didn't want to go to California. I could have went to California, it'd have been easier. And Legoland was stupid to begin with. We did it in 1 year, in 1 day. But I remember the excitement of checking into the hotel and shit like that. But I don't fully have these experiences of us sitting down and playing and having fun, where we started to do that later. We did used to play a lot of board games at my house. I'd buy them often. We had lots of them, and we'd sit down and play board games together because it was fun. But we didn't have a lot of that. So when we went on this journey, we would, everything was together. It was all three of us. Nobody stayed in the car. Nobody was left behind. So, we didn't shower together, but it was like, all right, we're all going to the showers. All right, it's all time we're all going to bed. We were always like, through this time, we bonded extremely close. Whereas before, in my house, we all, just like now, and kind of we reverted back to that. We all have our separate space and we stayed in our space and we didn't really bond much. Usually the bonding happens over meal times and shit like that, especially when they get older. But when they're younger, they're running through the house and they're moving through each room, and usually you confine them to a specific place and let them play by themselves. Realistically, I have videos, unbelievable videos inside of my Google. My daughter used to record herself all the time playing anything. All right, guys, today we're going to do this and that. I swear to you, dude, there's hundreds of these little videos of her playing in her dollhouse or playing with her little squishies and playing all this. She would grab my phone, and it was usually, I was sleeping because I worked at night. So I would sleep during the day, and she would just sit there and she'd like entertain herself. Really, and she'd play with her brother. He was always there. She would always be guiding him, telling him what role to play and where to grab a toy and what to do. She was the creative, powerhouse. There's all these amazing videos hidden in my Google of them playing and living, their childhood out. But I'm not in there. I'm in a room somewhere. I'm somewhere. They're on my phone. I'm smoking. I'm cooking. I'm not in these videos. And that's where you start to realize the importance of presence. Not presence, but presence. I look back with such shame because it was that to me. To be able to come home and give them something new meant something, supposedly. They're very independent because I made them that way. They had to figure things out. Or I would show them and then leave them to do it. I made them very independent in that way. This awakening gave me a chance to get to know the people I had raised, to get close to them, to build a relationship. And I needed that before they grow up right now. They're about to, you know what I mean? They're not going to need mom. Not really, just a support. That's all you're supposed to be. Really, maybe some, some material support too, but ultimately, no, we prepare them for what's about to come. They're at their last little stretch, high school. Then after that, they're 18 and they are legally able to make their own choices. And that's where my son came to me, I think, yesterday. He's like, "Were you put out at 18?" It's like, "No." Am I supposed to put you out at 18? He just looked at me. He's like, maybe he's thinking about, I think I'm going to have to get out of here in a couple of years. Where are you going, dickhead? That's where it is. At 18, you're like, tradition says your bitch ass got to get a job or go to school or something. You can't just sit around my house no more. You're a grown ass, able ass human being. Really? Do you remember being 18? mm. It's just funny. Do we stick to this? We're gonna grow them and then wonder why they're stunted in their growth in their 30s. Do you think they were mentally ready for any of that? College? Traveling the world, getting jobs, paying bills? Were you ready for that at 18? Did somebody make that happen for you? I started at 16. Stupid. Really? I'm just saying. That's why God wants me, that's why he's going to bless me with a new family. It doesn't replace my all of the work I did over the years will make me even better mother for my next children, which shouldn't create animosity between my children. I hope it doesn't. But it's like, through you I learned what not to do, and I apologize. But now I'm going to, I get to really experience two more children. I didn't get to experience that with the first two. I was 18 and I was all fucked off, and I was in a bad lifestyle trying to create a happy home. Not going to work. And then I did it in my 30s, and again, I was given, an opportunity, but the circumstances were all shit off and I did it all by myself. So again, I was too busy providing for them to actually love them and be near them and enjoy them. Really? True story, bro. I didn't get to sit around, you know what I mean? Fucking on welfare, fucking just loving my kids, having good times with them. That didn't come till this time, really, which was against my pride. I didn't want to be that, but I understood how important it was to be present. And that's why I said this is important for me during this time. There's a lot of change going on. They just need me to be here. You know what I mean? I forgot my books, or just to know that I'm a couple blocks away and anything you need, I'm right here and I'm gonna hold your hand through this. You don't gotta go through this by yourself. They've had to go through so much by themselves. They just need someone, you know what I mean? And that's really important. Really? Yeah. Just kind of stuck on that. It really hurts. It always has hurt that I couldn't just be a mom. That I had to be everything else but a mom, and because of that, I wasn't the best mom. People actually even called me a bad mom for such things, and I believed it. I believed I was bad when all I was trying to do was my best. I can't keep this up with my, you know what I mean, with my new children. Otherwise, they won't have what, you know what I mean, what all of my children deserved, which was all of my time. I couldn't give my children the time they needed. And that's sad. And that's what happened to us. All we needed was time, attention, love, someone to play with, someone to talk to, someone to see us. The shadows, they're always there. Parts of you don't really talk about, but still hurt. It's not shameful, but it can be. And that's where it is like, you can't hate this part of you. You can only accept it. I can't change who I was. I can only change who I am, be a better mother going forward. But I wasn't terrible, I just wasn't present. And that's why I yell at you guys all the time. It's not what you can bring home, bro. It's not what you can bring home. The best thing you can bring home is you. Because as much as your children want it, your wife does too. She just wants your attention too. She just wants your affection. She just wants your presence. It's not what you're doing, just that you're there. Really? Yeah. Presence is everything. Not the presence. It's not what you can provide, it's the time that you give them. You never go on and be like, my parents bought me this cool ass this, and my parents bought me this, and my parents bought me this, and my parents, I remember this time my parents did this. Even the kids that travel the world with their parents, they never even give them, you know, they'll always say, I went to France in my high school years. Really? Yeah, my parents took me. They always say it like they did it. They never give, my parents did this for me, and my parents did this for me. When it's all said and done, what we really repeat, I learned that from my mom. That's what my dad taught me. My grandma taught me this. There's not much of those things where we're like, my grandma gave this to me. What she gave to us was their knowledge. Those things end up disappearing in time, the things. But what's really left is the wisdom. Our grandparents were special to us because they gave us time that our parents didn't. And there's this beautiful thing that happens, and that's why I always say I'm looking for someone to have grandchildren with, because grandparents have that time. And parents are pissed off. It's like, you didn't treat me like that. No, I was too busy raising you. I was too busy trying to provide for you. You're doing that. I can just love this one. Really? And that's all you really want to do. But love, when they're raising them, is making sure that they do have the things that they need. And if you're fortunate enough, the things that they want. Really? Yeah. You can't say that the man that gives his child everything loves his child more than the man that has nothing but love to give to his child. That sounded very biblical or scriptural when I said that, but it's the truth. We're not mad at our fathers for, not paying the bills. Well, maybe Russ is. But we're mad because they weren't there. We don't know what we wanted them to be there to do, but we know that if they were there, our lives would have been easier. And that goes down to our mothers. We're not really sure, and that's where it is like, what were you thinking when you were younger? You know what I mean? You had this idea that this person, their presence would make things better. And it's kind of funny because you do the same thing with your future partner. You're not really sure what you want this partner to do for you. You just know by this partner being in your life, life is going to be better. And that's what it is about presence. Really? Yeah, that's a good picture. It brought out a whole sadness. Really, I do. That was one of the hardest things during my awakening was no memories of my children. I couldn't remember. Why? Because it was so hard. I blocked it out. It was so hard. It was so hard to provide for him. Stressing. How was I going to make the bills? How was I going to make enough money? There was never enough money. I worked 2 jobs. I could never just get ahead or even like keep my head afloat. God did have to carry me through everything. I didn't really fully get ahead until COVID, until I started doing LILITH. LILITH changed my life. Really? Yeah. Was able to manipulate the hourly wage and bring home more money for less work. And that changed everything. It gave me freedoms I never had before. It gave me space. It gave us security. It gave me a security I never had before. Really? Yeah. I'm not saying that'll make it was just the way that I did it that worked for me. And you could take and that's like taking Russ's whole, his whole blueprint. You could take my blueprint and try to apply it, but it's not going to work for you. And people have when I tell them how I did it, they try to follow it, but that was in that time. These aren't the same times. Really? No. That was pre-COVID, bro. After COVID, things changed enormously. People weren't traveling like they used to during COVID, so that was a hard time for me. But after COVID came out, people were all over the place again. Really? You know? And it eliminated a bunch of drivers, so it was able, supply and demand, I guess, is what it was. So it was something that was good for me. But up until then, no, I worked my ass off just to try to provide. And while other mothers, you know what I mean, were there, I was at work a lot. And when they got older and not too much older, I didn't have childcare. So I set up camera systems and left my children alone. For how many years? Probably more than I should admit. I didn't have anybody to help me. So when a douchebag like Bobby comes by and says, "Are you jealous because I'm taking care of Hamburger Helper?" That's a low blow, douchebag. No, I'm not, because Hamburger Helper will never be able to take care of herself. And I've been taking care of my children since the day they were born with no help. So go ahead, take care of all of them as much as you want. And that's where God came in. That was the whole point of this. God came in and said,
I'm going to help you. You should have never had to do this on your own. And from that day forward, I will never have to do this again on my own. And that's what makes this easier. But no, I can't give back the years that are gone. What's done is done. And it's, you know what I mean? That's the sad part is what I work with, I already know the damage is done. They themselves will end up, you know what I mean, in therapy for their childhood, just like the rest of us. I wasn't better, I became better. I was just like everyone else. And that alone does damage. I always say this, and especially as a disassociated person, which was a person that had personality disorders. I wasn't there. My brain turned off. I wasn't there. I wasn't there. The best thing that I can do, and the only thing I can do now, is be present. When things are uncomfortable, don't try to escape it. Just sit in it. Escaping was always my thing. I was always trying to escape hardships. If I couldn't do it physically, I did it mentally. I would leave mentally, just shut down completely at any moment, turn into a different self. And I'm no longer part of this conversation. You said something that I can't deal with, and I'm no longer part of this. Really, something like that. Whereas now, and that's where this is very important, the shadow work shit is like being able to sit in it, bro, and not run from it is the strongest thing you can do. And that's your relationships, these conversations, your children, anything. Being able to be in life without running from it and trying to run to the next part and trying to do all that is the best thing you can do. It's difficult. It's very difficult to be present in the moment and not trying to escape into the future and your future plans and not trying to go back and live, previous, you know what I mean, successes, but to just be in the here and now, not trying to go further than you are or escape it. It's very difficult. There's a lot of mastering to that. Simple things are highlighted as well as recovering that life that can be fun and good moments had. Truly acknowledging as children do that God's kingdom is indeed good. You may be a parent, a grandparent, a caregiver, a teacher, a counselor, helping and supporting children, or you may be wanting to start a family or being asked to adopt, foster, or work with children's charities. I was seeing this visual. Your whole life changes when you look into their eyes. I'm seeing that movie, I guess, like, the Jacob when he imprinted on the baby, something like that. When that soul looks into your soul, you know your life has changed forever, and there's nothing you wouldn't do for this little soul. There's so many moments, at least for the first 2 years before they can start to talk, where it's just a soul bond. Really? Yeah. I have a picture. I had Amelia, and then the very next day I'm holding her, and I have my phone, and she's asleep, and she smiles. It's the biggest smile ever. I have to look through my Googles. She's only a day old, and her face lit up, completely lit up the room. Really? They're full souls. You just gotta let this package grow. It takes a long time to grow this package. But they're full personalities in there from a different time and a different space here to fuck shit up. Really? Yep. They're not here to be your friend. They're here to be a part of, to bring God into this world. They start as little people, and as they grow, you see how much they've changed the world. I'm seeing, wow, must be on the other side now, are you? Dre Lane. He died of Of course, he was part of the music and stuff I talked his stories about last year. He must have made it to the other side finally because I'm seeing him now. Um, he came in and he made a huge impact on people's lives. He just kept inspiring people's lives. He was a louder than life energy. Really big smiles, singing, joyful. He could probably fuck up a bunch of dudes if he had to, but he was a really high vibrational soul that changed, that showed God's light throughout his entire life. And that's all he was meant to do. And it goes back to Pac. Pac was God's light, God's fury. Call it the fucking red light district on that one. Realistically, but he came and he showed God's light in the darkness. Kobe, God's light. Michael Jackson, God's light. DMX, God's light. Nipsey, God's light. Martin Luther King, God's light. You're here to just bring light, to lighten up the load for people. You have your own load to carry. You're not here to be dark. You're here to bring light, to bring light. As much as I say that, I'm seeing Marshall. Marshall should shone light on dark areas of life. He lit that motherfucker up. He plugged that in and showed people the true thoughts and feelings of an angry man. Really? He brought light to what was in the dark, what was hidden in the dark. As I do too. We show you the things you don't want to see, but we're bringing the light, which is truth. Hmm. All are highlighted by this card. As a protector of children, you will defend them at collective and individual levels, shielding them from harm and ensuring their home life and educational needs are met. You may also help with your local town to steer and support children in the form of sports groups or other extracurricular activities that enrich the whole community. Being open to what they can. What? I'm seeing how the organized sports and shit like that. And then I'm seeing the creatives. And then there's some that don't fit in either. Really? Those are the inventors. They have a spot too. Just because your kid doesn't fit into the cliques, he's part of a different clique. Could be a genius. Have you ever taught him chess? That's a fucking quick identifier that you're dealing with a genius. Really? Teach him once and watch him play. If they can put their mind together like that, then you're not dealing with a typical fucking child. You can see right away this child mind doesn't operate like other children's mind. He's not going to eat dirt. Really, he doesn't give a shit about Chuck E. Cheese. If this kid can figure out chess, he doesn't give a shit about the kid's world. You need to see this to believe it. Really, you can see that your kids, you're mad at them because they're not juvenile, but they're souls. They're smarter than the average. Some of them don't need all that. They're literally sophisticated adults in human body, in little bodies. Really? They don't click. And that's someone like me. You're asking me to go hang out with the kindergartners. I'm trying to hang out with the fucking PhDers. This isn't, I don't make me hang out with the kiddie pool. And that's where it is you assume by their age that all kids are the same. They're not. And don't hate your kid because they're different. Understand their differences and how their differences are strengths, not weaknesses. That just means your kid doesn't have to learn what those stupid kids, excuse me, they're not stupid, what those kids have to go through. Some are just born smarter, bro. I knew Amelia was a genius when she was about two and a half or so in a bathtub. I knew at that moment she was smarter than any kid I've ever seen. What happened? You fill up the bathtub with bubbles. It's filled with a layer of bubbles. You can't see her body or anything under the water. It's bubbles. Bubblicious. I tell her, like we always do, all right, it's time to pick up the toys. Every kid and parent would run their hand against the water or against the bottom of the tub to pick them up. Yes? If I told you to pick up the toys in a bubbly water, what would you do? You would go in there and just put your hands in and feel them out. It's not what she did. She took the clear pitcher that I used to wash them and she used it like a pair of fucking goggles. She put it in the water past the bubbles, and she was using it like goggles to move the bubbles around, and she could see where the toys were. At that moment, I knew she was a genius. She had problem-solving skills that were far beyond my measure. I would have never thought to do this. She learned how to see past the bubbles. Crazy, right? Then later, when she was about 5, we'd always sit them down with colors and pencils, you know what I mean, to color. She never did it. When she was about 4 or 5, I remember exactly where we were. I was in Butler County, and I was talking with I was filing for all this court stuff. I was in a court meeting, and we were in this family room, and they give her some colors and some pictures, and she starts coloring, and this is kind of one of the first times she ever started coloring. She colors everything completely in the lines. And the lady looks at me, you know, she's a something, she's part of a mentor or something, that whatever we're filing right now, part of the protective order and shit. She looks at me and she's like, her cognitive skills are off the chart. Really? That was the second time I knew she was a genius. Really? There's many times. She is a fucking genius. Realistically, and don't get me started on Big Ben over there. There's moments that come around and you realize your kids aren't like other kids. This isn't a bad thing. This is pretty amazing. Really? My son's humor, totally different. It's like his humor is so different. Really? He doesn't say much, bro, but it can make you laugh so hard. He'll say like 2 sentences and it'll drop you to your fucking knees. Really? You never. Most people have to draw out a joke. They have to make the joke relevant. They have to, they have to build up to a joke. This should be just funny. Really? Notice it. And you're trying to make your kids like all kids. You're trying to make them fit in because you have resonance of not fitting in. You have this pain of how people treated you, and you're trying to protect others by just conforming them. If you could just be like everyone else will accept you. Hey, bro, as the Lilith, I'm telling you, that's not going to work. Moving on. All are heightened by this card. What does this say? I don't know where I lost that. You may also help with your local, being open to what they can teach us as you support them in Christ consciousness and action, and seeing you as the good shepherd looking after the whole flock, on page 123. Yesterday, something like that. I don't know what I said to Amelia, but I was like, well, the universe will provide for you. She's like, I don't believe in the universe. Doesn't mean that they're not there. Really? She likes to say shit like that. Like, I don't believe in God. Why? Just because she's rebellious. She's Lilith. She wants to say that she wants to go against the grain. Really? Just to be, difficult, I suppose. It doesn't matter if you don't believe. She really does. She'll just say shit like that. Really? Oh, when they become teenagers, they really pop off at the mouth. And that's why you see grown-ass adults that are in teenage energy. It's like, I hate you. I wish I wish you weren't my mother. Shit like that. Just weird shit. Did they say it? I mean, not recently, but she can. If I get under her skin, for sure. And that's it. I tell Russ all the time how much I hate him. Wish you were never born. Seriously? No, not true. Really? Well, that was a good one. Let's end with the babies. Really? I mean, it's an amazing experience, and you don't have to have one and spoil the shit out of that one and be done. Realistically, no, but you don't want to go ahead. You don't want to go like fucking Nick Cannon and blow your cannon all over the place and not have these children that you can't give the energy to. You don't have energy. You might have the money to support them, but you don't have what it really takes to support them. And that's what's wrong with us. And if you can't admit that, then you're fucking super delusional. What's wrong with us as adults is we weren't cared for properly as children. We're not going to blame them because we understand they were busy working. They were trying to live. They might have been a little selfish. They're just immature. Whatever their case may be. Our job, again, is we got to be better than they were. Really? Well, be a better man. Really? I guess. It's hard. How am I supposed to be something I've never been before, that I've never even seen? That's God. Really? Mm-hmm. I became a high priestess. I didn't even know that was a thing till I got a card. It's just a card in the tarot deck.
I didn't even know that was a thing. How am I supposed to become something that I don't even know what it is? You're not becoming. You're already it. Really? Pretty much. That's the evolution of what you are. But don't take off what you are to be what they want you to be. And that goes back to that dude's story. I don't know why he's going in and he's going to be a lawyer. It's a good job, I suppose. But you're great at something. You're already great at something. It's people that spend their whole life trying to be great at anything. And you're great at something. And just because it doesn't make you buttloads of money, it's not good enough. Lame. Really? If he does this and he goes on, his music disappears and he'll never be known for music. He might bring it up around people or people might remind him, but it's not a part of him that he's going to be saying in the courtroom, yeah, I'm a rapper. I was a rapper. I was a rapper for 10 years, however long he was. He's not going to say that. That part of him dies and it becomes a shadow part of him. The part of you that I found so attractive, that was so powerful, that brought all of us to you, you're about to let die? For what? A paycheck? Defending guilty people? I'm not saying they're all guilty, but just saying. Just saying. What kind of defense lawyer? You mean like Johnny Cochran type shit? Hey, bro, I don't know. You stand behind this motherfucker? You know he's guilty. Really? Well, I guess as a Jesus kind of person, I guess I stand behind some guilty motherfuckers. I'm not defending them. I guess I am, actually. And I can't even fuck with you. Get away from me. Into my energy. Go be a great lawyer. You're going to be better than Kim Kardashian, so that's all I got to say about that. Really? Well, let's go through the list here. Plenty of rappers. Had a lawyer. Had a sous chef. Had a... entertaining people as they may be. Really, I like to learn. I didn't really like the sous chef. I mean, no, I didn't like what he was teaching me. Why? Because he was trying to make all the food too extravagant. I like food. You don't have to put too much fucking seasoning on my potatoes. I just like potatoes. What is all this dill and shit? I like just playing around. He was very, I don't know, creative in the kitchen. He was a kitchen witch for sure. Really? I'm going to get out of the kitchen if this is what you're making. And then you got to sit there and you got to like all their food. I don't like it. Can I get a cheeseburger, please? Can we please just order some takeout? Sorry, I'm such a cunt ass. All right, I'm going to take my cunt ass on. Really? We'll come back and we'll do some more cunt ass readings about what? I don't know, Christ. How to be more Christ-like, as if that wasn't enough. Go spend some time with your children. And if you don't have any, go pick up your nieces and nephews. If you don't have any of those, go tell your friends that you want to babysit for them. Why? Because it's going to change your life. It's going to make you grow up real fast, and you're going to have fun. Realistically, these little bastards are fun. And they don't really like Chuck E. Cheese. It's probably the lamest place you could ever take them. Seriously? No. They'll tell you where to take them. They'll tell you what to feed them. Seriously, watch the ice cream and all that shit. If you put all that shit in your belly, you're going to get sick too. They can have a little, not a lot. Really? Yeah, just a little. Don't tell your parents that I gave this to you. That's what makes a great grandparent. Really, we're just here to have fun with your kids. We'll let you change the diapers. We're just here to have fun with your kids. Can we pick up your kids, please? We're going to have fun with them now. Really, what are we doing? We're going on adventures. I'm going to take them to the zoo, and we're going to blow bubbles, and we might go to the planetarium, and we're going to do all kinds of shit that kids like to do because that's just fucking fun. Really? Yeah. Go have fun with somebody's kids. Really? It's a funny thing. Really? Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna label that, but it's like, go have some kid fun. That's what I'm gonna call this. Go have some kid fun. Really? Yeah. Hey, I love you guys. What's in the messages? A total stranger guy blurted out to me in CVS a priest abused him as a boy. I've heard a lot of those stories, not of a priest. I think we could rehabilitate the priest if we just gave him some pussy. I'm just saying that. I'm serious. I could see these guys getting really excited on some pussy. That sucks. I'm sorry that they did that to you, but it could have just literally been their shadow screaming. They wouldn't tell anybody, so now they can't hold it back. And in the middle of public, it's screaming. Have you ever had a Kanye West moment where your feelings are just screaming out of your mouth? Your experiences, and you fucking did this to me. So he could have just said,
That fucking priest fucking raped me, dude. That fucking priest raped me when I was a kid. Could have been what she heard in CVS, which, if you heard it, it would take a very strong person to come up and talk to them, but I would. I'm trained for that shit. I'm trained to come running to that type of shit. Most of the time, that'll make somebody else run away. I just said, I wasn't raped by a priest, bro, but I was raped a lot. Do you want to talk about it? That's all they need, is they need somebody to hear them. Their pain is coming out of their mouth. Your pain has words when you let it. Until then, it's just suffocating. It's a sad story. It really is, but it does happen. I went to Dr. Phil's marriage boot camp, bro. And they put us in these little groups of 4. There was like fucking probably 50 of these fucking groups. And I swear to God, bro, in every group, there was 1 to 2 people that had been molested. In my group of 4, there was 2, but I didn't know my own story. So in essence, there was 3 of us 4. Back in the day, according to women, they said that 1 out of every 3 women in a group had been molested or raped in their life. The odds are more than you would ever know. And especially men don't talk about it. Men don't talk about it. Women don't much either. But men especially don't talk about it. And the sad part is most of their abuse is same-sex abuse. But it's not to say that women didn't take advantage of them either. Really? Mm-mm. They think it's cute that an older woman had sex with a younger man, but that's not necessarily what was happening. Really? Not necessarily. So there's a lot of those stories, and people do. They come and they tell me their stories. And sometimes they're just walking around screaming out their pain. They just want someone to hear it, and then they can calm down. But that child is going to scream for an ice cream until you give him the ice cream. Or at least say, I hear you. Let's see if we can find you some ice cream. And that's it. It's like, you hurt. Let's see if we can find this hurt. People don't want to admit that they were hurt because for some reason it makes them feel powerless. Like they had no power to this, they were supposed to be powerful in this situation and not get hurt. Most of our hurt comes from when we were most vulnerable, when we were powerless. They didn't come after us when we had power. They came after us when we were weak, susceptible. It's a hard conversation to have on a Sunday. These hard conversations are never good on any day, to be honest. Let's see, is there anything else? I'm not an energy. I'm a human, not any robot. You're a fucking soul that's going to keep repeating the human life until you realize that you're not human. That's all I got to say about that. Really? Love you. Laters. Bye-bye now.